There goes my lovely girlfriend who dropped me off before us walk. Hey, Boef. I have heard tales and rumors of an old hermit, what could you call it, dungeon, cave, home, a small stone abode that used to be lived in by a hermit. And wow, oh wow, I'm not even a minute into the walk and already a first major obstacle. And of course my girlfriend just drove away, and of course I'm in a place with no cell service. Wow, amazing. There's even fish in here. Gotta love Belgium. This is supposed to be a road. The Belgian Air Force is training. When me and my girlfriend were driving around, 3 F-16s were flying overhead, really low. We could feel it in the car. And we had airco and music on, and even then the sound and the vibrations came right through. So they were really close and we could see them pass over. Could almost see the white of the pilot's eyes. So if you heard plane noises today, training. But yeah, the route, the map or the app or whatever, set me the wrong way. And when I had a look myself and used my own brain, I found a road called the Hermitage. So yeah, I think that's the road I should follow, because it's literally named after the place I have to go to, and usually historically roads are named to where they're going to. So up the mountain it is. Well, mountain, hill, but it's an old mountain, a very old mountain. Strawberries and lots of cows. Hey, Boef. One of the many small creeks and rivers, Rideave, if I pronounce it correctly. Beautiful little creek. I love creeks. And Boef also does. Beautiful. Maybe this was the prehistoric bridge used by the people of old. Now we have to cross a small lake. This road is indeed leading to somewhere. A road marker. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I know a lot about the place I'm going. I'm just know the basics. So gonna be interesting. Gonna be nice, nice walk. Just enjoying myself. Quite a lovely area. And yeah, in this video I'm talking. It changes. Sometimes I feel like talking in my videos, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't want to talk in my videos because I don't know much about the thing I'm looking at. So I feel like talking doesn't add much. Today I also don't really know much about it, but I'm in a talkative mood, so welcome to the video. Where I'm from, that would be very much worth something. People will be trying to turn that into an Airbnb. A decision is to be made. That way or that way? Well, I've noticed that when there is something worth seeing, they use the cross to demarcate it. I've seen it on a bunch of sites. So I'm gonna do what Boef does and go that way. Hopefully it's the right choice. Of course, Mr. Boef has found a stick. What is Boef without his stick? What is stick without his Boef? Could you find a less grimy one? Oh well. Or as they say in my country, zo is natuur. Remember how I said, I hope this is the right decision? Guess what? It wasn't. And I can complain and moan about the map, app, or whatever, but it only shows so much. The thinking and the reading of the map you have to do yourself, and I'm usually quite good at it, but today doesn't seem to be my day. So back to the split in the road. Try again. Also, remember when I said there's supposed to be a road here? Nope. That was the Rive de Ave. There's supposed to be a water. I'm just a bit stupid. Oh well. You live and you learn. Troubled waters. I checked, double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked, checked 4 times, and that should be the right road. Knock on wood. Let's go. So, I must admit I haven't done a very rigorous check. Like I said before, I don't know that much about it, but what I have been able to find, and actually one of the easiest things to find, Google reviews. Yes, I am that lazy. Is that it's difficult to find. You know, it was easy to find, that it's difficult to find. And I'm starting to see why. According to the information online, it's somewhere on that side of the road. Only the only problem is that side of the road is just quite a sheer drop and thick bush. I even saw some bamboo growing in there and loads of brambles. So yeah, fun times. Probably loads of mosquitoes too. Oh yeah, found a new stick. Damn, these trees are straight. Amazing. I just came across some people that live close by. They only spoke French, and my French is terrible. Excusez-moi. But with the little French I spoke, I was able to gather that, yeah, it is hard to find. There is no markers. There's nothing. It's basically, you know where it is, or you just stumble upon it. So this one is gonna be tricky. But even if I don't find it, I'm not gonna push my luck. I'm just gonna enjoy the walk. And there's much to enjoy. Damn, these trees are straight. Sorry, these things are, they're like pencils. I know they're specifically grown for that, to be straight and stuff, but yeah, still. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. We'll see. But according to the people, I have a lot of distance to go, but I have a full bottle of water. I brought my tea kit. I brought snacks for me and Boef. So it should be alright. And going up the mountain, because I am climbing, I even picked up a bar of self-service. So if something happens, I can at least call someone, which is nice. Alright. Greetings from me in the straight trees. I hope I understood the directions correctly, but I went up the hill to the right, as I hope they said, and I came across this guy again. So it might be that actually I was right, because you know what's really funny? The people I asked, I saw before, and they went into the path I went in at first, but then went back because I thought it was the wrong one. So it might be that I gave myself, as we call in my country, een rondje van de zaak, a loop for nothing. That actually the first, I don't mean the first, I mean the moment I said, now I have to make a choice, that my first choice was actually the right one. So let's see. Let's see if I can find the hermitage. It was really interesting because I asked them in my best French and it was not great. But when I said hermitage, they were like, oh oui, the hermitage, and then like all four of them started to give directions. It was actually quite an interesting scene, but for me, who doesn't speak that well French that well, not really helpful. But it's always lovely that people want to help a stupid foreigner like me. Why is it that I always end up in the boonies? Oh well, let's not fall into this. Ah, thorns. Huh, not too bad. Probably not the worst thing yet. A marker with a cross. I am going somewhere. So I climbed the hill and then went to the right, and then I found this marker, and then I thought to myself, didn't the people say there were no markers? And then I thought of the conversation and what they said, and actually they said when you get up the hill there are markers, but I misunderstood a French word for no. So I'm on the right track. Nice. And there actually are markers. Just goes to show I should have paid more attention in French class. Avante. I'm probably just not really intelligent, but Hermitage, 300 meters. That way. Alright, fair enough. Ruins de Hermitage. That way. As far as I know, there is no Hermitage, just the ruins of a Hermitage. So either there are two different ones. Well, I'll just. You know what? It's all very close. 300 meters, 10 minutes. If they're different, I'll see. Nearly there. Nearly there. I found the Hermitage, and it's beautiful, but I also found a very small Hermitage, so the mice can also have a little hermit kingdom. Beautiful. Me and Boef reached the Hermitage, the Hoffschmidt, and Boef of course has a stick, because he's Boef. A very funky stick this time. Oh, happy boy. Zoof! Uh-oh. Where's stick? Stick in multiple parts. Big piece. Good boy. I have reached the Hermitage de Edmond de Hoffschmidt. I hope my pronunciation is not too stereotypical, I guess. As I've said before, I don't know much about it, just what I could find on the internet. I was hoping the signs here could tell me more, and they probably can. There's loads of text here, but my French is not good. There is no translation, there's no English, no Dutch, no German, and in all those three languages I'm very good, just not French. So yeah. And the website that you can see there is also not existent anymore, unfortunately. One thing you don't need language for is to see how beautiful it is. This place also has a nice collection of trees. Also a nice collection of trees. Arboretum, as we call it in Dutch, we use the same word. I don't know what's in English actually. Maybe the same. But they have some nice species here. Trees and shrubs and beautiful things. But yeah, this place is rather beautiful, so maybe it's good. I don't know too much about it, because, well, it kind of forces me to keep quiet a bit more. But I will give a brief description, or how you want to call it, of this place. So the Hermitage de Hoffschmidt was built by Hoffschmidt, officer in the Napoleonic French army, and this is his home place, this village, this town. And when he came back from the campaigns in Pomeria, he must have seen something. So he was in a war, quite a big war, of course, the wars of 1815, the Napoleonic Wars, Waterloo, all the big things. And although he was in the Pomerian campaigns, but hey, he must have seen things. So when he came back, he was a bit of a reclusive, and he came here, and yeah, he came from a bit of a wealthy background, so he was able to start this place, this Hermitage, where he could retract himself from society and be alone with his books and poetry. he was really into literature. He wrote, he read everything from poems to philosophy of Voltaire and all the other modern works of his age. So he was quite a well-read person, just, yeah, on his own. And he built this place over the years, and it's quite a big place actually. There's multiple buildings and things, and now it's all in ruins. But you can still see where things are because people dug it up and restored it using concrete, so you could still see where it is. So this is, if I remember correctly, the main loge where people could stay, where he stayed, and yeah, it was quite a nice place. I'm not too sure if he was completely alone or he did have visitors, but he mostly was here alone. It was a hermitage after all. But yeah, over the years he built loads of things. He built a palisade wall over there, and those stone things, I'm not really sure what they are supposed to be. And a lot of off places, and of course the main attraction, and the thing you all see on the photos, is the observation right there. Looks really cool, straight out of a movie, but all in good time. Just gonna have a walk around and enjoy the view in the evening sun. It's about 6. And Boef found another stick. It really doesn't matter with him. You can be on the end of the world, he will find a stick. You know, as long as Boef can find a stick, everything is gonna be alright. Hey Boef? But yeah, as I said before, I don't know much about it, so just gonna walk around and enjoy. A much older sign with a nice detailed drawing of the place, so you can see the main ruin, the logis 6, the palisade, that's the wall over there, 4 serre, so that's this I suppose, 3 fornil, I think that's this, and then number 2 is over there, the tower. And then Rocher à texte graffé, not really sure what that means, but that's number 1, and that's I think on the cliff face. I saw a cliff face over there, so I suppose that's there. Maybe there's text. I mean, he had all the time in the world, so I can suppose he did some text written down there in the rock. If you're busy with building monumental structures, because they kinda are, why not do some rock carving, I suppose. As I said before, my French is terrible. Wow. Time for some tea. Cheers. Even though he was a recluse, a hermit, for about 15 years, he didn't stay forever here. After his father died, he went back to inherit his Chateau de Retine. I'm trying my best with pronunciation, but I'm always worried it sounds stereotypical, so I don't know. But yeah, he returned to his home, to his birthplace, and he actually became mayor of the town. And from what I can see, and the accounts that survive, he was a nice person. He was well liked by his community, and he was liked for his happiness and the the originality. You know, he spent 15 years here reading books of Voltaire and other French philosophers, and he chewed through encyclopedias and basically read everything from poetry to science. So he was a smart man when he became mayor of his home village. So yeah, and he was a sociable person, it seems, and well liked. So yeah, from what I can see, a man with good vibes who was in a war, probably saw some things, although some accounts say he became a reclusive because he fell in love with a girl he couldn't marry because the father of the girl didn't allow it. But that's such a, how do you say, such a classic story. I of course I don't know much about this place, but it's such a classic story. I almost want to say that's more myth and legend than history, but still I wanted to mention it. But he seemed to be a nice person, and I'm glad this place still exists in some way, and I'm glad I got to be here and make some tea here. It's a good place. It's a shame for stupid Dutch people like me that there is no signs in other languages. You know, even if it was English or German, it would be fine, but it's a nice place, it's well maintained. I saw some places where people made fire, but even those people seem to have had some respect for the place because they kept it on single spots. They did a nice fire pit. And I don't know about the rules of making fire in public places in Belgium, but yeah. One place stood out in particular to me, because actually this here, where people made fire, used to be the oven where bread was baked, or at least so I think, the pane, if I pronounced that correctly at all. So, you know, the place is well maintained, it looks nice. There are many young trees that are only gonna get better over the years. Just cicadas, and now a random Dutch person talking to a phone, and a dog that is gonna chew all the sticks, Boef. But yeah, this is a good place, and I'm happy I walked all the way to it. And even though they're not gonna see this at all, I think I want to thank the French family that tried their best to help me find this place and actually managed to do so. Point me in the right direction. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. I probably forgot everything important of note, and yeah, I highly advise you to do some digging yourself if you want to know more about this place. But if you're in the region, visit it. It's worth the walk. Sit down, have a cup of tea, and be a hermit for a moment. I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm highly surprised if you make it all the way. But from me and Boef, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and houdoe. time to walk back to my lovely girlfriend, who is gonna come pick me up, because walking next to the big road in Belgium with a dog is kind of dangerous. People drive at 90 kilometers per hour here, so yeah, you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna walk to a place she can pick me up, and then she will pick me up, and thanks for that. So yeah, that's all. Bye bye. Houdoe. Houdoe. Say houdoe. Boef, it just has one focus. Stick. Stok. Say stok.